Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. So today we're going to be working on a project that's spanning all 4 journals, 2 minis and 2 waterfalls. Okay. What I did was this. Okay, so there's a belly band there. There's a pocket there. Paperclip boy here, right? Just super cute. And I'll take this card out for a minute. I put a little, whatever that is. I don't know, a little mouse. And this is an expandable pocket. Holds a lot of stuff. And yeah, so that's what I did for this one. With an expandable pocket, there's so many things you can do. And yeah, so it's just, got that one. This one has our tip ends. Now this is the GT, the Garden Time Paper Dolls mini freebie set that I gave away when I got my 1,000 subscribers, right? So that's what this is that I'm making the minis out of. Okay, so on this one I made my expandable pocket. I put a squirrel, yeah, and her baby. So it's going this way. Now these are just hinged on, right? Expandable pockets have so many, various, really, lots of things. So you can do that, or you can do what I did in the other one. Or you can do what I did in this one. Every one of them it's an expandable pocket, but it's a little different, okay? Okay, here we go. This one, I haven't got it sewn together yet, which is on purpose. This one has our little wheelchair girl tab, and it's a top-loading pocket, yes, and it's of course an expandable pocket. It holds loads of stuff. It's also a tuck pocket here and a pocket there. So there's a lot going on with that. That's the one we're going to make today. You can make them, as I just showed you, so many different ways. Really, it's just, those ones were hinged on. This one is not hinged. This one has a whole piece. Excuse me. This one is a whole piece that I just folded to make the casing for it. That way you get a back pocket. If you hinge it on, excuse me again, if you hinge it on, you can't do the back pocket. Just saying. Because it wouldn't be hinged on good enough to do its job. Okay, so let's move this one out of the way. So much goodness in here. Wow, it's been quite a journey, this. Let me find a place to put it carefully. So we've got the other signature, and we're going to put that one here once we get it made, okay? Because they're similar, not the same, but similar. Okay, get on my pieces. Hopefully I've got everything worked out. Now I'll put these, this is just a scrap, I'll put these measurements in the description box below if you want to do what I'm doing. But yeah, it's just, these are the ones for the top of the pocket. These are the inside pockets. This is the casing for, that's my paperclip paper doll. It's too cute, right? Okay, so on this, I'll move this to the side. It's 4.5 inches wide, and the full length of your paper. Whatever that is to you. I'm using US letter size, so it's 11 for me. So, alright, so what we're going to do is I've already got this trimmed 4.5 wide this way, 11 this way. I'm going to go ahead and do my scoring, because no, I didn't do the scoring beforehand. I thought I'd save something for the video, right? Okay, so we're going to score at 4.5 right here. Now, use your measurements for whatever page you're going to put yours on. It's all good. And then we're going to turn it all the way around and do 1.5. Okay, like so. Now we're going to put this away for a minute. It'll come back often. This is our top. Wait a minute, I think I'm going to do it the other way around. This is our top. And this is our front. How easy is that, right? So easy. And yeah. So what I'm going to do before I forget is go ahead and do some corner rounding. Yeah, that puppy's still hanging on. He just, I guess he likes it here. Okay. We made those a long time ago. I told you they were really strong stickers. Okay, so we've got plenty of room for our fold down. You don't want to, I guess that's about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. Give yourself some room, okay? So these ones, let's see. Looks like I might have cut them a little bit wide. No, I did cut them a little wide on purpose. Now, this is our main body of our thingy, okay? And so, as that one is 4.5, these ones are 4 3/4. And we're going to score them at 1/4 on each side, okay? Because there are inside pockets. You can put more than 2. I'm only putting 2. You can put 3 or 4. After that, you're going to need to put a spine at the bottom of your thing, because it gets a little bit too big to hold that. So then we're just going to fold this in half. Just that simple. Okay. Get our scoring done. Yeah, you would have to, if you wanted to put a lot more in there, you would have to work out your dimensions for a spine and for how wide all that needs to be, right? I'm just trying to get this lined up straight. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Just needs to be done, that's all. Okay, now that's going away again for a moment. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, you don't have to do this first, but I like to do this first. Folding it up and doing that number, because this is going to make our gusset. You don't need both ends, but you know, folding it, it makes it easier to cut off the part you don't need. That makes sense. You can see it better. Okay, from the fold out, you're just going to take that little wedge off, and now you've got this number here, and you're going to just take off one side of the, you just don't need the score line or anything, just take it right off of there. And on both sides, because you don't need it on either side. You just need a gusseted piece on one side. and the other side is flat. Hopefully I'm making sense there. So, because when it folds up like so, you just need it to be able to do that, okay? All right. Like I said, you can do it before you do the folds, but it's easier if you do the folds first. Either way, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do those folds because I can't hardly see the thing in the, you know. Yep. You can see it easier. I can see it. You may not be able to see it on the video, but I can. And I just need these parts off. Either side, it doesn't matter. Whichever side you want to chop off, just chop that side off, right? Okay. Just kind of wedge your scissors in there and turn it around and chop it off. You can use a trimmer. I've done that many times. But yeah, whatever you want to use. Trimmer. Where's the other one? I knew there was another one. Or scissors or craft knife. You know, whatever you want to use. Okay, so what we're going to do now is find my very narrow tape. I'm not inking this because they're going to be on the inside. And so it's just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Okay, I didn't take the top edges off. We will go back and do that. Because they will show on occasion. By the top edges, I mean these corners here. You just don't want them in the way. Just take a little bitty bit off of there, like so, from your fold out. Now don't go real deep down in that. That's unnecessary and could cause trouble holding your pocket together. Just a little bit. Okay. Alright, we've got the tape on that one. Let's do this one. So, yeah, I thought, got these gusseted expandable pockets. They're powerhouse things. They can hold a lot. You do have to be a little careful because you don't want to, you know, you don't want to add too much and your journal won't close. You know, there's that. There's that. So yeah, but they can hold a lot. Get these out of the way so they don't get stuck to something. Yep. Later. Okay. Yep. Let's get our tape on here. And we'll get this put together. And it's pretty. I mean, you can keep going and doing lots of things, or the things I'm doing, or just make the expandable pocket without the extra pockets and such and such and such. It's a thing. It's all up to you. Whichever way you want to do that. Give your double-sided tape a squish down because it needs it. Okay, so we're just going to simply fold these together and do that. Okay, get my Cricut picker here. One side at a time because oh, I haven't used this today yet. See if it's clogged. Yeah, okay. Let me get this thing and solution it. Okay. Give it a plunge, right? Okay. Just want to make sure, come on now. Just want to make sure your edges are done really good. You don't necessarily want to put a lot on this side, on the inside, because it can squidge out into your pocket, but you want your edges down really good. My sprayer and give that a roll. Give it a second, right? Okay. Other side. Yep, we're just putting them together. And yep, it's hard to talk and do something. I don't know. I can't explain that. Kind of weird. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to get this put together, and then they'll go in there. Yeah. But, I mean, you could put them both down at the same time if you wanted, but with me, I like the security of doing one side at a time. It's easier for me, and I try to make things easy for you guys so we can have success in what we're doing. Yeah. So that our stuff comes together really well. You can use a lot of things as your guide. You can, you know, I think I cut that one a little crooked, but it won't matter. It's on the inside. Nobody's going to worry about that. Okay. Give it a good press down. Okay. Hope you guys are having a lot of fun with your crafts and doing some pretty things. It's good for us, remember. Scientifically proven good for us. Okay, now we've got this and this. So we're going to put these together. They should come out the same size. I mean, you cut them the same size, they should come out the same size. So we're going to put these together with some of this tape and a little glue. As soon as I find the end of it. Okay, so we're going to kind of eyeball the middle. You just need it somewhere near the middle, right? And you're going to need a strip of tape. You can use a bigger tape. You don't have to use the little bitty ones I'm using. But you kind of, you know, just eyeball the middle-ish and put it on there. You won't need any on this side because you've got this side, all right? And then do this one because you want to put it where it's going to fasten to the front and the back, and put that away, and to itself, of course. So that's what we're doing. That's simple. I like making these because they are simple and easy. You can do them in any dimension, like I did the longer narrow one. That's small. Did the taller one and narrower one. It's just, you know, however you want to do them. I just put a little bit of glue on that, stack them up so they're straight together. Give it a little time to catch, especially if you're using Barely Arts or even Art Glitter glue. They're a little bit runny, a little more liquidy than some glues. Anyways, oh, I don't want to take that off yet. What I'm going to do is sit this in here, making sure that it's centered, right, and get it straight in there, like so. It'll move a little bit because you've got that fold. So just kind of get it where you want it and hold it still, okay? Don't move it. It's up a little bit, and that's okay. It's supposed to be. Just hold it still. Get your adhesive of whatever kind you're using on there. And then, without moving it, just give it a press down there, okay? Give it a second. Well, and then flip it over and do the same thing. Now these should fit in there yours should work out just the way mine's working out if you use these measurements. If you want to increase it or decrease it, then that's totally doable, but you have to work out your measurements to do that, okay? And you can go off of these by increase and decrease if you want. So yeah. All right. We've got our, we don't want to pull on it too much, but see, we don't want to pull on it too much. But we've got our pocket. We're going to let it, you know, get used to itself. And let me show you. On this one, I put the trim around here and around the front and around the top to give it extra strength. This is lightweight cardstock, but yeah, it needs a little bit, in my mind, okay, it needs a little bit of extra help staying strong so that it doesn't rip, okay? So I'm going to go off camera and do that while it's attaching itself to itself, getting used to its new life. And then I'll come back and we'll put our pockets and our tuck pockets and all the things and such, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, we're back and it is trimmed, and I went ahead and put the Velcro on because that's what I do with that. All right, so now we're going to put our, oh, let's put our bunny on there so I don't forget because he's cute and, you know, may as well. Okay. Yeah, I put a little mousy thing on the other one. So we're going to put a bunny on this one. Somewhere near the center-ish, right? Yeah, I hope you guys are doing really good stuff for your mental health, because crafting is good for you. It's good. You know, I was so pleased when they came out with that scientific study. Because personally I knew that, because it helps me when I'm not feeling quite so chipper. I can do something like this and it'll, you know, it'll get rid of my blues, right? Okay, let me pull in the thing because we've got to do some scoring on here. Did I write down what I did for the pocket? Outside pocket. I wrote down the size. So we're going to go 1/2 inch on the scoring, because that's generally what I do. 1/2 inch, and the bottom is 1/2 inch. Because, yep, that's what we're doing. Alright. I got to clean my mat soon. Okay, so we're going to fold it. Just our regular little gusseted pocket that we make, right? Super simple and easy. And we're going to put it on the front. Now, if you don't want it, you don't have to. This is all up what makes you happy. If it makes you happy to put a pocket on there, then put a pocket on there. Makes me happy, so I'm going to put a pocket on there. Yeah, just go around and do our regular little gusseted pocket. Super simple and easy. This is just a piece of scrap that I had, and I cut it to the size I needed it to be, which was 4 3/4 by 2 1/2. And that gives me this size pocket, so that it'll sit right on there and be super cute. Worked out, right? Okay, and then this is my, it was a piece of scrap, so I didn't cut it down yet. It's just going to be a tuck pocket. It's not a gusseted pocket, just a little tuck spot, really. So I'm going to make me a mark and trim it. Get that out of my way. Never work on top of your project if you can help it. I know I have at times, but it's not good for you. So we're just going to put a little mark there and pull the trimmer out so I can get it straight. Ooh, that was almost a craft-a-latch, and it may become one. Just saying. If you hear a loud crash, you know. Okay, so we've got our tuck spot pocket and our gusseted pocket, and that's what we were aiming for. So I'm going to take a little bit of this. Let's see if I've got any ink on my, yep, I do a little. I don't need a lot, just a little, something, give it a little edge. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of, when I do inking, it's generally light unless something went wrong. Because sometimes the dauber will hold a little more than you thought it was gonna, you know. And that's a problem all in itself. Okay, this is just my trim that I generally use, and I'm going to put it on here because that'll give me some extra strength on the top of my pocket, right? Yeah, and that'll be super cute too. Get down there, you silly. Okay, turn it over and trim it from the back. That way you can see where it needed to go. Okay, now we've got this one. Make double sure that it's the right size. Yes. Okay, so just one side or the other, it's the same, right? Just give it a little bit of trim here. Super simple and easy, quick and easy too. To do something like this is just, it adds a whole lot to your project, okay? But if you don't want to, don't do it. Do what makes you happy. All right, again, turn it over and trim it to the back edge because you can see where you need to trim it to. Get this out of the way. All right, get some glue off my fingers. Okay, so we need this to go on the bottom of this, and I'm not going to use tape on this. I'm just going to put a thin, just a very narrow bit of glue along the edge and give it the time it needs to grab, like so. Okay, all right, then match it to a corner. That makes it easy. If you're new to paper crafting, corners make things easy when you're trying to mat something on or place something down. Match it to a corner and you can get straighter-ish as possible. Never going to be perfect because it's handmade, and we really don't want perfection. We want pretty. We want fun, and that's that. Yeah. So let's get our tape on here. I think the handmade thing makes it just better. Machine made is awesome. You can buy those made. They can make millions of the same thing. We can make one of the same thing. We can make one, because when you make it and then you make it again, even if you're doing matchy-matchy like I'm doing with the waterfalls, they're not the same. They're always a little bit different. Maybe this is cut a little differently, or it went that way instead of that way. You know, it's all going to be a little different, and that's okay. I like it that way. It makes it unique, right? I think so. I think so. Okay. Make sure your edges are down good. Your outer edges, right? And center it as best as possible. Like I said, not gonna be perfect, but it'll be pretty. And that's a good thing, to make it pretty. But yeah, these are just scraps I had, and it's a good way to use up scraps. Make a pocket, a little pocket, or a belly band, or a tuck pocket out of your scraps. that works. It does. So do that kind of thing. And then there's die cuts. If you have scraps left over from a project, ooh. Now you can't keep everything, okay? You just can't. It would just, you wouldn't have room in your house for you, okay? But if you make some die cuts that you can use in projects, you know, going forward from the scraps that you have, then you can save those because they're pretty. If you don't have die cut machine, cut you out some circles. A lot of people have those circle punches. Do those. You can put all kinds of embellishments on a circle. You can make ties with circles. You can do all sorts of things with circles. It's a thing. Okay, so now we've got that ready to put in, really. I'm not going to put stuff on it yet. Don't do that. Okay, let's bring this in. Get all these things out of my way. And I'm going to put it, yeah, here. But I'm not going to put it on all of that stuff because that's very lumpy bumpy. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to put it on here. Let me take the rest of this out of in the middle. I'm laying those things strategically, so hopefully I can put it back the way it goes. It's going to be a little lumpy bumpy, but not too bad. And I'm going to sort of put it towards the bottom. Yeah, towards the bottom-ish, because this is a pocket, and I'm going to put things in the pocket. So I've got my tape on here, and we are going to put this down. It has to go down flat all at the same time because it is flat. Okay, so be careful. That's what I always tell myself. Be careful. You know, give yourself a generous amount of glue so that you can move it if it doesn't go down and be right exactly where you wanted it to be. The glue is your buffer. It gives you wiggle room to move it around, negotiate your place, right? Okay, now I think I'm going to turn it this way because this is the top. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way and try to center it that way and this way. Getting it straight-ish. Giving your gutter room. You don't want to crowd over here, okay? You want to keep this, hold it for a moment, listen to the elevator music, talk amongst yourselves and things like that, because, you know. Okay, especially your corners. Hold on to your corners. It's a thing. There you go. Just give it that moment that it needs, you know. And then you can, look, I'm doing this on camera, so I'm kind of speeding through some things. But if you're on your own, go have a snack or fix yourself a cup of tea or something like that. Let this dry for 30 minutes or something because it's a little bulky, yeah. And these corners, and put a book on it, you know, that kind of thing. When you're, you know, doing this on your own, in your quiet moments, put a book on it, that kind of thing. Okay, so we've got a pocket here and a pocket here. We want to make sure we didn't close that up because that would be awkward. Okay, and then we've got this. Super cute, awesomely awesome. Okay, I've got a paper doll here, so I'm going to put her on like so. Yep, so she just tucks in sort of behind-ish, but not behind the, okay, I'm good. Not behind the, don't dig out the, don't stick her behind what you just glued down is what I'm talking about. Can't say it straight. Okay, so I've got a couple. I'm almost out of these, and I've made several batches of them. I've got to make some more now. Okay, so we're going to stick these in not too far down because, you know, glue and all that. So we've got that. Let's see if I can find some in the bucket of stuff. I've got some of these left. I've got some of these. I think the houses are too big for this particular situation. I think I tried them in the other one and it was just too big. I've got this one and those ones. I think I'm going to do this one because I used that bookmark there. And I need a small-ish one for there. These are the ones I cut out of the big window. Just little windows now, you know. Okay, I'm just going to stick him there for now. It'll do. It'll do. Not too far. Okay. So I've got several things that are left. I'm winding down what I'm actually making for the kit now because I'm getting ready to switch over, right? Okay, anyways. But we've got lots more work to do on this, so I'm going to have to make some more of those. All right. Okay. Really pretty. Super cute. Okay. Let's see. This goes in here, right? Like so. And then this goes in here like so. Super duper cute, I think. All right, we've got that. Let me show you the other ones. Expandable pockets are just, well, they're really fun. We've got a belly band on this one. I did use some brads. Those are cute. Just the little mini brads. You can get those for pretty cheap. A whole bunch of them at Amazon, you know. Expandable pocket in there. The Velcro, the card, you know. Just cute. I used the leftover little houses in strategic places throughout, you know, because they're cute, right? All right, we looked at that one again. And then this one is a little bit similar to that one, only it's still hinged on. By hinged on, I mean you've got a hinge here, and this outer part here, this part, is hinged on under here. If you want to see something, if you want to see me do that one again, I can. But, yeah, it's just hinged on ones. Top flap, in bottom flap, I guess. So, yeah, and I used, this one I had, it was one of the freebies. And I had a paper clip on it already, so I just kind of stuck it on there. It's fun, right? Okay, so all that, we made this. The other one's got one just about similar, just almost the same. I mean, really, almost the same, right? So, that's our stuff for today. You guys go make something pretty. It makes you feel good. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.